Hey, it's the Keyboard Warrior here, and hope you're all doing fine. So we are playing Path of Exile again, and this time I'm gonna be showing you the best Huntress build that you can have for the end game. And this one is way too overpowered, alright? It's not gonna disappoint you in any way. So without further ado, let's quickly check this build. Let's start off with the skills, alright? And we're gonna be doing the lightning spear build, which everyone else is running right now because it's ridiculously overpowered. Now this is my base damage at the moment, alright, and this is also a crit build, so I'll be doing way more damage than what this shows over here. So let me quickly explain the skills that I'm using. Just ignore all this stuff. Infused weapon is something that you get after you do your ascendancy. Right, Wind Dancer with Unbreakable and Defy. This is just for, it's like when I'm bored I use this skill, right? This one is just for frenzy charges. You can easily freeze the smaller enemies and then gain a frenzy charge and then use the lightning spear for an even stronger attack, right? Stormlands, obviously, if you're too crowded, you can definitely use this. Very good against bosses as well. And obviously, lightning spear. Alright, so for this one I have cold infusion and glaciation. For Stormlands I have blindside. I have this one here, which gives me 20% more damage. And I also have overcharge, alright? And for lightning spear I have volt, I have lightning infusion, primal armament, and bullseye. Alright, this one's combat frenzy. Like, this one would help you get a frenzy charge when you freeze. So when you do the glacial lance, you freeze your opponent, you freeze your enemies, and that is when you get the frenzy charge. And if you use if you use your lightning spear after you get a frenzy charge, it really bounces off the enemies. Like, in simple words, you get a lot more damage. All right. So for combat frenzy, we are using perfusion and precision. All right, and then we have sniper's mark. This skill is basically for crit chance. If you mark an enemy, it will help you get 50% increased critical damage on the enemy, and you'll be getting a lot of crits from this build. This one's gonna really help you a lot. Alright, and for this one I have used persistence and single out, and then we have Herald of Thunder, and for this one I have magnify effect, elemental focus, and innovate. Alright, next up we have barrage, and this one's gonna double your damage. So basically what you do is that you can shoot 2 lightning spears at the same time. So you just gotta activate the skill and then use your lightning spear, right? But this one has a cooldown, so you have to be, you have to manage your timing well. This one I have premeditation and inhibitor. Alright, so yeah, this is the build. Now I don't normally use glacial lance, and the reason is I normally one-shot a whole screen with this lightning spear. Right, you can literally one-shot an entire screen, and I'm talking about T15 maps. Right, T15 maps, corrupted T15s. Right, you can one-shot anything with this build. Right, this is that strong. This build is ridiculously strong, and it makes me feel like it might just get nerfed. I don't know. So let's quickly check my items here. Of course, I'm gonna be using the Tangleton. So this one's just for critical chance, and if you check my critical chance over here, you could see that it's like 75%. So this one's really good for critical chance. And then we have another unique shield, and this one's only because it doubles the accuracy. Then we have this cap over here. So you wouldn't be able to get the exact items that I'm using because these are quite expensive items. Like, you know, each one of them might cost you like 2 or 3 divines. What you need to focus on is accuracy. All right, more accuracy you have on these items, the better. All right, so for helmet, accuracy, evasion, max life, resistance. Right, then you have the amulet, where where you have to look for accuracy rating again. Make sure you have +3 to your projectile skills. This would give you a +3 to your lightning spear. Then make sure that you have enough strength on the amulet, because you need some strength to carry this shield right here, and you would probably not be adding strength to your passive tree, right? So you would need strength from your items. So this is the reason why you need to make sure that your amulet has enough strength, right? Next up, the rings. It's pretty much the same. Make sure that you have physical damage, lightning damage, accuracy, and resistances. And then you have the other one. It's the same thing: physical damage, lightning damage, accuracy, dexterity, resistances, right? For the glove, it's pretty much the same thing. Make sure that you have lightning damage to your attacks, accuracy, and then dexterity, of course. Double belt, 2 charm slots are fine. Again, belt is only for resistances, alright? And this is something that you might want to get. It adds 1 to 40 lightning damage for me. You can obviously get better, maybe. The only downside to these boots are that you get only 10% movement speed, right? And you would probably need like 30% when you go T15s, because you need to move around fast, right? So what I normally do is I use this boot to clear out the entire map, and I use this one for boss fights. I quickly switch my boots, and this one really gives me a lot of damage. I'll show you the difference. So I'll just switch this up, and you can immediately see the difference. It's almost like 13k damage, right? And that's quite a lot. So yeah, and yes, the body armor, make sure that you have the one with the best evasion rating. All right, the more evasion rating you have on your armor, the better. All right, resistances and evasion rating. Okay. All right, this is how my character is looking right now. You can see that I'm just a little short for fire resistance. For chaos, I don't really care because I'm one-shotting the screen and I can easily dodge chaos. And other than that, everything's fine. So if I swap these boots over here, alright, if I swap these boots over here, I get 75 for everything, alright? So yeah. Evasion 72%. Now 72% is not that good, but you're one-shotting the screen anyways, so you wouldn't need to evade everything because you just kill everything in just 1 second. Alright. Let's talk about the passive tree now. Okay, so I have completed my ascendancy, and this is what I am using. Alright, this is what I am using right now. Now, the reason why I am not using this is because Tangle Tongue, wait, this weapon does not have an accuracy rating, alright, and this node grants us 25% damage based on the accuracy rating, right? Physical damage equal to 25% of the accuracy rating on the weapon. So since it has none, this is useless. So I'm not using this. Instead, I just took 12% elemental damage. Alright. Alright, so this is what my passive tree is looking like. As you can see, I go straight up, get some damage over here, get some attack speed and accuracy, evasion rating, of course. um, critical damage, critical chances. And yes, one thing that you need to invest on are these jewels. What I would normally suggest for maximum DPS, what I would suggest for maximum DPS is using the Emerald Jewel. That would give you a 10% to accuracy rating and the 15% to projectile speed. Alright. So again, some elemental damage over here, and then this is how I go up, and from here I head right, get this entire node, this maybe later on, and so here you get critical chance and elemental damage again, some damage and accuracy, again accuracy, more your accuracy rating, more your damage. And then you have this side over here, where you get damage with Herald for the Herald of Thunder, and then you have evasion, critical chance again, critical damage, and go all the way here, get some lightning damage. This one really increases your damage, alright, because it adds 15% to your maximum lightning damage, right? So yeah, that's how my skill tree looks, my passive tree rather. Yeah, so yep, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this was helpful. If it was, go ahead, hit that like button, and if you're new to this channel and you're looking for more Path of Exile guides, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.